Right, cool.
Hello, and welcome to Trump's Talk Week Squid. It's week 7.
That was bad.
Yes, quite like this show. I'm putting my cards on the table. Full acknowledgement. We're just going to spoil the shit off this right off the bat. If you haven't seen it, and for some reason you want to watch this fucking piece of shit, knock yourselves out. Don't listen to the podcast. But I mean, we're going to ruin this fucker. Spoiler alert straight away. It kind of sucks. It's a bad show. Bad plot, terribly acted. Makes no fucking sense. We'll get into it. However, before we get into it, we've got a subscription and a like and all that usual YouTube shit. Please do that. We've got a Patreon and a website and a subreddit. I haven't posted anything on the subreddit yet, but we have it. We've got a Twitter and all that kind of shit as well. And we'll link it all below. You can also get each of these cards on our website. We post them after each podcast.
You can print off your own Trump decks.
You can print them off and fill them in with either our answers, the correct answers, or you can fill them in with, what you think is correct. You'll be wrong, but you can think it's correct. So this week, as you may have guessed, it's Squid Game. Everybody's all aflutter about it. I've watched it. So has Dynamic. I'm Sharky.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm under the impression that Dynamic is lukewarm on it. I actively dislike it. I think this is a shit TV show. It's real fucking bad.
I thought
we'll get there, though.
Alright, okay.
No, we'll get there. No, it will. It's because I'm interrupting you. Because we've got to first ask, Dynamic, what do you remember about this?
What I remember about Squid Game is that it's about a guy.
Yep.
I can't remember any of their names, by the way.
No, I can't either.
They're all Korean names.
They are, and I'm not going to pretend that I have any idea how to pronounce either the character names or the actors' names. So we're going to be referring them mainly by numbers or helmet shape.
Yeah, numbers is a good idea, actually. Yeah. But basically, it's just about Korean people, who end up in a ton of debt, being recruited into this death game battle royale thing, for a chance to win a ton of money. At the pleasure of the elites. Is that a fair enough description?
I think that's a succinct synopsis, and potentially correct. But I'll tell you even more what this is. It's Fall Guys with paedophiles watching. Or maybe not paedophiles, but it's molesters, sexual molesters of some variety. Deviants, that's a good word. It's Fall Guys.
Creepy. Yeah, actually, it is Fall Guys.
It's exactly Fall Guys.
Mini-games. Yeah.
Well, here's the problem. Fall Guys is a bunch of mini-games. These are barely games. What they do they call it Squid Game. There's almost no fucking games in this. It's like tiny little tasks. Like the bridge game at the end is not a fucking game.
Nah, that's just luck at that point.
It's pure random ass luck. You can either win or you can lose. That's it. There are several things I don't like about this TV show. Actually, there's many of them. Here's the first one. There's not a single likeable bastard character in this. With the exception of the suicidal girl whose priest father molested her, and the North Korean girl who seems to just have had a really rough go of it and is trying the best she can. She's doing some fucked up stuff, but not that fucked up, if you consider her situation. Everyone else is a cunt.
She actively kills anyone or that.
I can't remember about the melee. The first night they realise they can kill each other. She might have killed someone in defence, but she's not actively going out of her way to.
If it was in defence, I don't think she actually attacked.
I don't think she did either.
No, but I think I agree with that. Those are the two likeable characters.
Definitely did not steal that guy's money.
What do you mean?
Right. So
you mean the technicality of?
Yes, I do.
How quick it was, right?
We've heard what your remember of this movie. We've heard my general opinion on it, and now I'm going to take you through roughly what this movie is. Because I tend to remember things in more detail. So we have our main character. I'm not going to pretend his name. I know his name. It's main character. This main character is a tremendous piece of shit of the highest order. He's stealing from his incredibly old mother to go out gambling. he's taking money from loan sharks. And by the way, loan sharks, I don't think having one of your victims sign a contract means that you get to legally harvest his organs. Like, even in Korea, I don't think that's a thing. You can't sign away your right to have your kidneys. But moving on. So he wins some money, then he runs into this North Korean girl. He turns a corner and hits this North Korean girl. She does not set him up for it. There is no physical way in the instant of impact that she can find his pocket and steal his money. It's not possible. It does not happen. But he gets caught. He gets given a month to find some cash. He goes back home. His mum's got sore feet. He meets the mother of a childhood friend who says how good the son's doing, and that's all, whatever. And then he meets our first character, the Slapper. Now we're going to go through these all in order, so we'll come back to him. But the Slapper is a guy who plays some sort of, it's like a POG-style envelope flipping game.
It was a weird game.
I presume it's a thing in Asia. We don't know it. It's not a thing here. But I presume it's a thing. Whatever. We meet him. We play the game. You get invited to a contest to win more money. He takes the contest. He gets drugged, taken away somewhere. He wakes up with 465 other people. 56. He's 456 and he's the last one.
Yes.
He wakes up with 456 other people. They play a game. 250 of them die.
Yep.
They all decide, oh no, we don't want to do this. This is ridiculous. One of the rules you said was if we all voted no, we can quit. Enough of them vote no that they can quit. They quit. And then literally 5 minutes later, they all decide, nah, let's go back and finish this. Nobody's doing that. The 100 people that voted to stay might have immediately phoned back and go, I want to go again. But not a single one of the 100 people who have been so traumatised by seeing 250 people get brutally machine gunned are going to go back. I don't believe it for a fucking second. And here's another thing. The 100 people that voted to stay, once they had a little bit of distance and they had 10 seconds to just sit down and go, fuck me, that was fucked up. I don't think most of them are going back. They're caught up in the heat of the moment going, no, stay. But as soon as there's a pause, they're never going back. So I don't believe it for a fucking start. Anyway, they all do go back for some fucking reason. It's not clear how many of them go back, because the prize money at the end...
I think they do say, everyone went back except from, 18 of them.
But the prize money at the end, I think, is the full 4, 5, 6. And if 18 don't die, that should be less, because it's 100 million per person.
I understand that, but I swear I remember them saying something like that.
Granted, makes no odds. Makes absolutely no odds. The main character and a load of other douchebags go back. They play a series more games and get whittled down little bit by little bit by little bit. We get to the last couple of games, which are not games at all. None of them are really games, but the last couple are not games at all. One of them's blind luck, and one of them's just a fight.
Yeah, is it the last one? The actual only one that is a Squid Game.
Fucking what? And then, by the way, Squid Game looks shit.
Yeah, I don't get
it. It's a terrible childhood game. It's just a fight. Just have a fight. I don't know why we're prefacing it by saying you have to hop while we're fighting.
Yeah, you gotta hop and then cross the thing, and then you can run.
It's a weird cross between British Bulldogs and hopscotch. And British Bulldogs was just a fight. Just have the fucking fight. I'm not getting into it. So we get down to the last two, and it's him and his mate from childhood. And at the end he goes, let's just call it quits. Everyone who's died, their families will get some money, and we can just go back. And the mate, who has brutally, two-faced, just cuntishly gone through the entire thing, betraying people, killing people, just an evil piece of shit, stabs himself in the neck and kills himself.
Yeah.
I don't believe that as a character choice. There's also...
how are you saying that he stabbed himself to allow the other guy to have the money?
Why don't we get to it when we get to that character? Let's not go into detail here. There's also a group of gold-masked, perverts of some nature. One of them is an actual sexual molester, gay rapist. It's hard to pin him down. You know,
Oh yeah.
but they're all fucking vile. The
Aye.
whole concept of this
They're
makes
all
no
just like
fucking sense.
Weinstein folk.
This is such a huge operation. Like the prize money is like 26 mil or something, and in British money it's like 26 million pounds, which is real. It's a lot of money. It's great. It's fantastic. It's life changing money. But the amount of money they have spent on these secret facilities and the anonymous workers, of which there seem to be hundreds. The
The
whole
facility's quite. It's an island.
it's not just an island. It's an island with a subterranean stadium that opens to the sun for the games. All the games are played in the same sort of stadium, but it's an underground stadium. They built that, and it has a retractable roof that goes over the top.
Yeah. It's.
It makes no. We're gonna go. We're gonna go into detail of why none of this makes any fucking sense. Anyway, the main character gets the money. For some reason, dyes his hair red, and
I didn't get that at all.
is just a bit of a cunt. He's just a bit of a cunt. And he finished off the series by like turning around and he's going to stop this. Mate, you're not going to stop this. You don't know where you were. You never figured anything out about this. You don't know who any of the people are. The one guy you did know, you only know because he revealed himself to you and he's now dead. You're never figuring any of this shit out. You've got 26 million and these people have presumably billions upon billions.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't. None of this is happening. Now, that's the general plot. It's a terrible plot. It's Fall Guys. It's Fall Guys with murder and perverts. It's not good. However, that's not the main thing I hate about this show. Many things I enjoy have no plot. You can like them because they're well acted. But this isn't. It's terribly acted. The acting is god awful. The dialogue you can't complain about because it's a translated one. You know, presumably it's a fairly faithful translation. So you can't wire in on the dialogue. But I can wire in on the fact that emotions are a thing shared universally across people. And these emotions are getting real fucking hammed up. The main guy is a fucking Punch and Judy pantomime asshole. Like screaming at his elderly mother and screaming at in a way that no human being ever does in real life. And as I said last week, I'm not sure if this is a meme within a specific niche of Asian media, but it's real bad. It's like Takeshi's Castle, but at least that's supposed to be a comedy. This is supposed to be like a horror drama, and it's pantomime horseshit. I do not care for it. That motherfucker can't act at all. There's only about 2 people in this that can act. It's the 2 girls again.
Yeah.
Nobody else fucking can. I hate this fucking show. Soundtrack sucks. The B plot with police officer, fucking moronic.
Oh, that went like nowhere.
Really, really stupid.
I didn't get that at all.
So a police officer whose brother has went missing and he thinks has been taken by some sort of game. He will turn out to be the front man, the intersection of contestants and pedophile owners. I keep saying pedophile. Pervert owners, pervert VIPs. He's the concierge of this.
Mm-hmm.
He's his brother, but the policeman doesn't know that. So he sees a car. He does some basic investigative work. Nobody in South Korea thinks it's weird that every so often 500 people go missing all in a chunk. Because none of these people ever make it back.
Yeah, that's true. And there's files upon files that go back like 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's like a few times a year, 500 folk just go missing from Seoul.
Yeah.
And are never seen again.
It's god awful. It's so stupid. The slapper must be working like a bastard. He's got to be getting 2 or 3 people a day for a year. Anyway, the policeman does kind of a clever thing. He knocks out at one of the underlings, and then when he realises he doesn't know how this underling's supposed to behave, he kills his boss, takes his place. All the staff are in masks, so you can't tell who's who. And he kind of works his way up the chain a little bit. In quite a clever
he figures
way.
out like the square is like a higher rank.
Yeah,
circle
and when
or
one gets
whatever.
shot, he like moves up. Not important. Anyway, he discovers that that his brother was in one of the Squid Games like 5 years ago. He escaped on an island. The front man comes after him. The front man reveals he's his brother. He shoots his brother. The brother may or may not be dead. The policeman, I mean. He may or may not be dead. Unclear. He gets shot in the shoulder, but he also goes off a cliff.
That's true. That's true.
He may turn up in series 2. If he does, I mean, there should be no... Well, it's not even that. If he turns up in series 2, that should be it. Because he's a policeman. It's not a crazy guy with no money going... There's this game out there and they're killing people. Because one of the guys does try to go to the police, like when they go
It's
home
the
for a
main
bit.
guy.
The main guy. And he gets ignored. Because the police are just like, oh, this crazy piece of shit. There's no way there's a game. I'm missing 250 people have gone missing within the last week, but there's no way it's this game where he saw 250 people die. But when the policeman comes back and goes, yeah, there's definitely a game. They killed like 455 people. I mean, we should probably do something about this.
Maybe
That's
listen
the
to that
end of
guy.
it. You can't have Squid Game Season 2 when there's another one going on and we're like tracking it down and going against the system. No. You've got a guy who mysteriously has £26 million he should not have. And you've got a policeman going, he won that at this game where 500 people died. That's the end of it. It's not important.
Right. Do you want to start getting into the actual cards?
No, I don't, because there's something we
Don't
need to go first.
What?
We need to do categories.
Oh shit! Yeah, forgot about categories.
And we might have to skip nicknames this week. Because we can't tell what any of these people's real names are.
Yeah.
So it's going to be difficult. Well, I've got Panther Sex Pest for the one VIP we've got on the list. But that's about it. You know,
Well, we
we're
could
going to
have,
have...
Slapper. Slapper
Yeah.
could be one of them. What was it? Panther Sex Pest.
Yeah, we'll try our best, but
yeah,
I'm not guaranteeing nicknames.
Maybe get a few.
So we need 5 or 6 categories. And I don't know what any of these categories should be, because the nature of every single one of these characters is ill-defined. Like, we can't do strength, because the North Korean girl is about as strong as a twig, and she gets to the end. We could do determination or...
but she might not get to the end by strength. It could be more cunning as to how she gets to the end.
But she doesn't really get there by cunning either. Like, her bit of cunning is honeycomb, and she doesn't know what that means.
How is that her cunning? What happened with her in that one?
She goes up in the vent and sees what they're doing for the next task, but that's the only thing she gets ahead of.
Yeah. She sneaks a knife into the place though.
She does, and I would like to bring that up when we get to that character. There's absolutely no way that should have worked. How's she awake?
Because she held her breath.
Oh, fuck off.
Mate, that's how it happened. I'm just relaying what happened on the show.
So she held her breath for how long? Hours? She's in a gas-filled car. Do you think the gas is going away?
Maybe you could have the aircon on and a window
Fuck
open.
off. So, you're still talking 5 to 10 minutes. There's no way that bitch will get to her. We'll fucking get to her. I'm not going to spoil it.
Right. I think one of the categories.
Yeah, I'm willing to.
Overacting.
Acting ability, absolutely.
Acting ability, yeah.
I think one of the categories should be scumbaggery.
Oh, yes. Scumbaggery.
Because that is something held by almost all of these characters. In fact, I'm going to put scumbaggery as the last category because I like it so much.
Okay.
We've got to have something about intelligence, but I'm going to go for stupidity rather than intelligence.
I like that. Switch it up a bit.
Because they are far more stupid than they are intelligent. I suppose we should have strength or something. Teamwork?
Yeah, teamwork could work.
Teamwork could work, but... Like, it's only because we've been doing so much Fast and Furious, and I like the Mi Familia. And I want to apply it here, but I don't think it really applies. They're not doing it to love.
No, because...
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't mind... So for acting ability, stupidity, teamwork, scumbaggery... I think they're all fine.
Teamwork, but I'm not happy about teamwork. If I can come up with something better, I'm happy to bin that. Acting ability. No, see, I don't even like acting ability. I want to have a better word for that than acting ability. Maybe it is overacting in this.
I think so. The more you overact, like the
Yeah.
main guy would get a big score.
Overacting this. What about cartoonish stereotypes? I mean, that just feels like it's going to end us somehow being racist.
Yeah.
See, I want something like shitheaded in this, but that's kind of scumbaggery.
No, that's definitely scumbaggery.
If we're doing stupidity, do we need cunning to even it out?
It could do.
Do we go for something simple like strength?
I wouldn't mind going for something simple like strength, or isn't there quite a few fights in this, or like even like a fighting ability type of one?
I don't mind fighting ability. Yeah, I mean, we could go fighting ability. Oh, better than teamwork. Tracksuit goodness lookingness.
Tracksuit
Looking
goodness.
goodiness.
Tracksuit looking goodiness. Goodness.
Something about it. There's something there because everyone's wearing tracksuits or some sort of uniform, and some of them are pulling them off. Some of them look like quite cool, like the scummy childhood friend, the disgraced embezzler.
Mm-hmm.
He looks fucking great in a tracksuit. Like he's really pulling that off.
Right, let's go with that then. So
The
wait,
nice girl, fantastic in a tracksuit. The old
yeah.
guy, zero.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right, so we've got overactingness, stupidity, teamwork, fighting ability, and scumbaggery.
Oh no. We've
Oh
got
no, we got
overactingness, stupidity, tracksuit looking goodness,
that's correct.
fighting ability, and scumbaggery.
Tracksuit goodness. We're gonna have to shorten that up for the actual card. That's too many letters. Well, that'll be my problem when I come to make the cards. Now,
T-suit goodness. Sorry.
T-suit goodness. Yeah, we'll think of something better. Now, I'm just going to briefly run through my notes because we're about to start the cards, but I just want to go through some of my notes. So, degenerate gambler, he's a raging asshole. Oh yeah, I have this note. The instant. Oh, we'll get to that. That can come in. Yeah, yeah, piece of shit. Yeah, Kai can't act. Indian guy's a fucking moron. Scummy woman. Yeah, police suck. Yeah. Oh, there's also an organ harvesting subplot, which we'll get to because I've got the doctor in here. So we'll.
That was dumb as well.
I mean, it's just. Do you know what one of my biggest problems with
None
this?
of the subplots really go anywhere.
None of anything goes anywhere.
Even like the daughter subplot at the start.
Yeah.
Like that just goes nowhere either.
No, it's moronic. Sorry, I'm taking a big glug of tea.
Right.
No, but here's my big. This game has went with so many it's went style over substance because one, there's no reason that it needs to be in a giant animatronic doll in that first game.
No,
it's not helping anyone. What if the doll breaks down midway? What the fuck? We go, oh well, the 100 you've already killed, you come back to life and we'll start over again. I need to WD-40 this bitch's neck. But here's the other thing. Why did they put the bodies in coffins?
no clue. Absolutely no clue.
I feel this is emblematic of the entire problem in the show. They put every body in a coffin, and I've
like
no
a present. It's got like a
well,
bow and
yes,
stuff
but
on it.
I don't know if that's like a traditional Korean coffin. I've no idea.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that.
But there's no reason for it whatsoever because one, it's not like they return these bodies; they burn them in crematoriums that are on site. Two, they do not give a shit about these people. They're happily killing 455 of them. Like, no one who works here or is paying for this gives two shits about those bodies. Three, it's not a matter of like respect in the game. Go for it.
Maybe the reason that they are going for a lot of style sort of points or whatever is because it's the VIPs that are, I presume, funding it, and
The
they want it
VIPs
to look
never see
good.
the shit. The
No, but I mean
VIPs
the
never see the
games.
box.
Talk about the games with like the doll or whatever.
Sure. What's the
But
point of the
also,
coffins?
I, I presume that see like the tug of war one, for example.
Yeah.
See, like they were going up, playing tug of war, falling, and
Yeah.
then the guys would come out with the coffins, like
All
in
right.
between rounds and clear out the bodies. Presumably, the VIPs or whatever are sitting watching on telly back home,
Then you
and are
need
seeing
7
the.
coffins. You don't need to keep the bodies in the coffins. You put them in the coffin, you take them out the room, you dump them in a hole, you take the coffin back in. Why are you
That's a fair
burning these
point.
coffins?
That's a fair point. I don't know. Maybe they just literally.
It's
I
moronic.
don't
It's
know.
stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't make
There's
sense.
no
But at the end of the day, I think all of these people do have more money than God.
yeah, but
So
there's no
like,
respect for the bodies because the guy's still alive and they just nail him into the coffin. They don't finish him off. They just nail him in the coffin and chuck him in the crematorium. Like they're not respecting these people's sacrifices. What the fuck is the point of any of this? Honestly, just go to Amsterdam, do a ton of coke, and get a load of hookers if you've got that much money. I mean, enjoy yourself. This is fucking. This is not a you have too much money. This is a I'm a psychopath, money or otherwise. These guys, if they
yeah,
didn't
but they
have
are.
the cash to be funding this, they'd be out stabbing homeless people.
Yeah, I think they are though.
And I'm just saying, it's not that big a commentary on rich v poor. It's a commentary on psychos and
Ah, I see what you're saying.
scumbags. Like the no money version of this is just bum fights, and they did that in the 90s on a camcorder for 20 quid.
Hmm.
Anyway, let's start with our first guy, and it's Slapper.
It's got to be Slapper.
It's Slapper. Now, here's my thoughts on Slapper. See, the first time this guy slaps me, I am knocking his front teeth out. Like I am kicking him to a bloody pulp and robbing him. Who the fuck are you slapping?
Yeah, that's true. No, he slaps you like really hard from the get go as well.
Real hard. And the
Yeah.
first time he does that, I'm kicking his teeth in. There's no smarmy smile he's given me. I'm kicking the shit out of him. I don't understand how he's managed to do this 450 times and he doesn't have like 2 black eyes, a broken nose, and all
He's
his
not
teeth picked
dead
out.
yet.
Like, do you think the North Korean girl standing up for that? She's shanking a dude after the first slap.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Do you think
No.
Tattoo Neck is standing for that? Absolutely not.
Wait, maybe they're not all recruited by this method though.
Well, perhaps not. But it's the only
Like,
method shown. They never describe anyone being recruited by any other method.
nah, they don't. I've got
So
no
you
idea
have to,
how Tattoo Neck got there or North
by the
Korean
rules
girl.
of the game, or the conceit of the show, everyone got there by the same slapping weird pog-based envelope game.
Also, that game seems rigged.
It seems super rigged somehow. You get to choose the envelope, so I don't really know how it can be rigged. But by the same token, this guy's playing this game, 2 times a day, every day, all year. He's real
Yeah.
good at it.
He's really good at throwing a weighted envelope down on
I
top
don't
of
understand
another
what the fuck
envelope
that
really
is.
hard to get it to flip over. Nah, it don't
Yeah.
make it sense.
But
I don't get
I
it.
don't understand why this motherfucker's not been stabbed to death. Now, having said that, I don't think he's the most overacting person in this.
No, I was going to agree with that. I don't think it's like that
I don't
bad.
think he's that OTT.
No.
So, overacting this, I'm willing to give him like a fucking,
I would
like a
honestly, I'm
10 or a
feeling
15.
yeah, mate, 10. I think.
Alright, okay. I'll go with that.
I don't remember it. He's not in the show much,
No, he's in 10 minutes at the start and he's in 10 seconds at the end. That's it.
but I don't remember it being. It's not like
We should point out to our many thousands of viewers, possibly millions, someday billions.
Billions.
Yeah, I'd like this video to become like the most watched YouTube video ever, and be paid for it. But we should point out that I couldn't make a deck out of this. There's not enough characters in this TV series to make a full deck. So this is going to be like half a deck. And when they make Squid Game 2, which of course they absolutely will,
Oh
because
yeah, no doubt.
111 million people watched this in the first month. Of course they will.
It's ridiculous. I cannot believe that.
We'll finish off the deck. So this is only going to be a partial deck today. You know, fucking wind your neck and it's all we can do. So Slapper gets 10 for overacting. Stupidity. I mean, he seems to be getting paid to bitch slap people, and if that's what he loves, he's not working a day in his life, you know what I mean?
It looks like he loves it. He's got
It
a
looks like
proper like flick on his wrist and everything.
He's very Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. And he's loving it.
Yes.
So I'm not sure we're going to give him all that high for stupidity. I think he gets maybe, 10? 15? 20?
Yeah, 10. 10.
Alright, okay. Tracksuit goodness. No, he's not in a tracksuit. He
0.
was poured into that fucking suit, though.
I think 0, man.
Alright, okay.
Or unknown.
No, let's not be. We can't be reckless with our unknowns. Fighting ability, he gets something. He's really bitch slapping people. And he hits people a lot. And his hand has got to be callous. It's got to be like the winner of that.
He's got to be taking care of his hand when he goes home at night.
Well, I presume it's just like that winner of the Russian slap fight things, where his hand is just a shovel of calluses.
Mm-hmm.
He's just bitching people. Like, he probably goes home at night and just slaps a nail bed or a cactus just to really harden his hand up for the next day. He gets something. He's got a teeth rattling slap. Like, looks like it really hurts.
What are we feeling like? 30 to 40?
Oh, I'll give him 30. That's
30.
higher than I wanted to go, but he's scumbaggery. The scumbaggery level is very high.
Quite high. Quite high.
Very high. Like, he knows exactly what. I presume he knows exactly what's going on with the game.
Oh,
like,
you'd think so. No, it seemed like he knew what was going on, aye.
So I'm willing to give him.
Data on everybody as well.
Yeah, so I'm willing to give him very high scumbaggery levels.
How high?
70, 75? We have
to have 75.
We have to have room to go, because there are bigger scumbags.
No, absolutely. But this guy is still like slapping the shit out of desperate people.
Oh, and loving it. That's what makes his scumbaggery level so high. He's enthused about the whole goddamn thing. Right, fine. We'll move on. We're now up to Sex Pest Panther. Or Panther Sex Pest. Which I'm just going to write down as Panther Sex Pest is a terrible actor. He's one of the VIPs in the show. He is a goddamn horrendous actor, which is one of the reasons, because he's white. And this is what makes me feel like it's a meme in this media, rather than a specific acting choice an individual actor has made.
Or like the director said to them.
I feel like the director said, this is an Asian piece of media, go cartoonish. Go hard on this. Because this guy has... He's just he's a Dick Dastardly style cartoon villain.
Yeah, no, he's like... he's just like villainous.
He's stopping in the middle of his murdering poor people plot for a little bit of mild coercive rape. This is a side quest.
It's not mild though. It's fucking. It's just.
No, it's not
awful,
mild,
dude.
It's not mild because he's going to rape the guy, knowing that the guy's then going to die for having his mask off.
Yeah. No, he's horrible.
Yeah.
He's not a good dude. Not a good guy.
But he's a terribly acted character. Like, nothing about this is good. And he's a fucking Reddit meme of a character. 69.
Oh, yeah. That was awful.
If I can't have 69, I'll have 96. I fucking hate this guy.
That was so bad. I forgot about that.
It's the VIPs show you that perhaps all the dialogue is shit, because the English dialogue is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
As I said before, it's hard to tell with Korean dialogue. Is that shit? Is it just the translation? It's hard to tell. It's hard to ascribe ability to that, to the plot, to the written dialogue. But when it comes to the English-speaking people, fuck me, it's bad. It's
Yeah.
horrendous. There's a bit later on with a guy that I only put the one VIP in here because he's the only one we know anything about. But there's a moment for the second to last one with a bridge where two of them at two different points, one of them goes, "What is that?" when a scale model is brought out,
Yeah, yeah.
and one of them goes, "Looks like a bridge of some sort," and then another one goes, "What on earth is that?" You just heard the first two people. What are you? What? And it's clearly a bridge. Like, plus, I presume that you're watching this on a giant screen as well.
Oh, I thought it was a window.
Maybe a window. Maybe. But I presume you're also seeing the real life thing.
Yeah, I
Which
didn't
looks
get the
like
point at the
a
scale
fucking
model.
bridge.
I
No.
didn't see why a guy had to stand like 20 feet in front of them with a
No
tiny
fucking
little
idea.
chest-sized model when they're watching it.
Which they cannot possibly see. Because we're
No.
seeing, like, the numbers get knocked off.
An ultra close-up.
Yeah, but they can't see that, so it means nothing to them. Oh, fucking irritating. Anyway. We're on Panther Sex Fetish.
Right,
I fucking hate this guy.
overacting this.
100. He's our 100, right? He's terrible.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
He is.
I think he's our 100, but I think there's going to be a couple of like 90, 95s.
Oh, absolutely. But he is
Yeah.
just the worst. I've never seen this guy in anything else. I don't know if he's a professional actor. I hope to God he's not, because he's fucking dog shit. Like, if you turned up on a set and did that in any reasonable Western production, you'd expect most of the people, including like the key grip and the sound guy, to go, "The fuck are you doing?" This isn't the same level as that Tommy Wiseau movie.
Oh, The Room.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, it is
this level of
actually.
acting.
It is.
I did not! Oh, hey, Tommy.
But it's not even funny.
No, it's not. There's nothing funny or clever or interesting about any of these VIP characters.
No.
Fuck all of them. Anyway, overacting 100,000,000%. But we can't go past 100 because that's how percentage works. Stupidity, vast. I don't know why you're wanting to take your mask off or like abuse people or why you're drawing a scene like this whole thing. One, you've flown overseas to engage in a massive criminal murder conspiracy, which you're presumably helping finance.
Yeah.
I don't know why you want to be there in person. Like, that's just asking for trouble. Why would you ever want to be in a place the police could raid to catch you? I don't know why you're wanting to stop mid murder fest for a rape / murder. I don't know why you thought, as an old white man, that faced with his death, even if the guy hadn't been a police officer, but that just like any dude, when faced with certain death, who wasn't going to go when he got you in private, I'm gonna fuck you up. You fat old white piece of shit. I'm going to kill you. It's get raped and get murdered, or get murdered after I beat your flabby ass to death. Which of these things do you think is going to happen?
So we're feeling high on
I think we're like 100. I think we're like 100 again. It's maybe not 100, but high.
Right, I'm fine with that.
No, tell me what you think.
No, I think
this can't just be me venting my spleen about how fucking stupid this show is.
No, I think I agree with you. I'm fine with 100.
He's getting a fucking 100. I hate this guy.
Fuck this guy.
Oh, I fucking hate this guy. Tracksuit goodness. He's in various outfits and he looks fucking awful in all of them. 0. In fact, he is so unappealing in everything, he's getting -10. He's fuck ugly, this man. Fighting ability, absolute dick.
0.
Dick. Oh. Scumbaggery.
Oh, surely like another 100.
Well, here's the thing. I think he's the 100 because he's the other VIPs are all in the murder fest. They're all equally scumbaggery, and like the organizer, is also an equal scumbag, but there's an element of fair play to it. That they weirdly try and pretend that it's there, that it's not there. Let's not even fucking go into it. What happens if it's a man and a woman that gets into the final fight? The guy's just going to fucking pull her face in. There's no fairness in it, but we'll come back to that. But there's an element of there's rules to this, whereas this guy clearly has no rules. Wants to throw in the casual rape on the side. He's needed 100.
Yes.
So this guy is a complete piece of shit and a really good card. Like a great card. And I fucking hate him. Now we'll move on to our next guy. I really hated this show. Right, we're on to Jesus Freak. He's a fucking irritating character. I don't know how common Christianity is in South Korea. Maybe it's very common, I don't know. It seems weird that it's Jesus Freak and not another more culturally appropriate religion, whatever the fuck. Here's my big problem for it. You're not a Jesus freak. You don't believe in God or goodness or any of that shit because you came back, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah,
you came
true.
back to the murder
You had the
house.
option to just walk away.
You had the option to walk away and go to the police and scream at the rooftops and tell the papers and do something about this. And you came back for the cash. And I can't believe that you thought you were going to win. It's astonishing that you get to the third last round. Or the second last round.
He dies on the bridge.
You're dog shit awful.
Because he pauses for ages and is praying.
Yeah, and someone kicks him off, don't they?
Yeah.
So, I've no idea how you have any sort of morality of this. It feels like it could almost be a sort of psychotic break during the tug of war that sends him over the edge.
Yeah, because it's in the lift on the way back down. Yeah.
It feels like it kind of is. So, I'm willing to... I mean, we just call him Jesus Freak.
Yeah.
He's not a good character. The overacting is high. Terribly high. It's not as bad as some, but it's fucking up there.
I still think it could be up at 75.
I mean, I was thinking 70. We're very much on theme.
Yeah.
I'm going 75.
Cool.
Stupidity is fucking massive. Because you came back. Every contestant that comes back is going to have quite a high stupidity.
Yeah.
That's a baseline,
what's the baseline? Alright, okay, 60.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you came back. Also, this guy's just fucking half-wit.
I think we bump it up a bit. I think 75.
Yeah, alright. I'm not happy about it, but whatever. Tracksuit looking goodingness. I mean, very low. He gets a 5. He has a tracksuit on. He doesn't look good in it. Fighting ability. I mean, he seems to have that. If you told me he was messed up and trying to stab people on a bus in Glasgow, I'd be like, oh, yeah, alright.
Do we see him fight anyone? He must have fought through the first night or whatever when the lights went out.
Yeah, maybe. That didn't last forever, though.
And then doesn't he sort of hang out with them when they establish their group?
Yeah, he's in the main character's crew.
But I don't think they actually...
Don't say...
I wouldn't mind giving him something.
Yeah, what do you think?
15? 20?
Yeah, okay. No, I like 15. 15 feels good. Scumbaggery. Higher than average. It's higher than average because he's done all this despicable shit and he's still going Jesus tells me when and this and fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
Just fuck off. Go fuck yourself. Shove a crucifix up your arsehole, you piece of crap. Fuck this dude. Now, it's not 100. It's just not.
Oh, yeah.
It's an 80, right?
Yeah, go with that.
God, it's not an 80 because we can't compare it.
Or, well... Do you want to give him, I don't know, 65?
Yeah, okay. 65 seems more original. It's because I hate him that I want to give him 80, but that's not... It's not fair. I just glanced over my notes and it's just in giant writing across the middle of the page. Knock that slapping motherfucker out. didn't really like where my head was at when I wrote this. I've watched this twice.
I
I
can't
had to
believe you watched it
rewatch it.
twice. I could not
Oh,
do that.
it's real bad. Oh, I fucking hate watched it. Now, we're up to Nice Girl. Or as I will call her, Sulky Sue.
I like Sulky Sue.
Sulky Sue is a very pretty woman. She's good to look at. She is. She only really comes into the story, what, halfway through? Like, she appears before the tug of war task, right?
Yeah, because it's the North Korean girl goes and gets her as kind because one of the guys is like, you need to go get a guy, and then the North Korean girl's like, I think it's kind of like a fuck you. She gets her, and
Oh,
then brings her to the team.
I mean, she survived the first night of, like, murder. She
Yeah,
survived a couple of games. I mean, she's done some shit. But we don't see her until halfway through the thing. And then after
yeah,
that, she's actually kind of a good actor. Like, I
yeah. No, I
felt her
think she
sort of
is. Yeah.
super depressed, sort of going along with it. Everything's just washing over her.
Mhm.
I think her choice at the end was moronic, but I can see that it might be in keeping for the character, and I'm kind
It
of
was
willing to go. I'm willing to go with it. I,
dumb, but I could see where she was coming from in a
sure,
way.
she's
Yeah,
in
it
this,
was like
but
a
like,
self-sacrifice because she doesn't have anything to sort of live for.
well, this is the thing. I'm not sure if she ever comes up when they're telling people how much she owes. You know how they flash it up a couple of times, like this person owes this much to these people and and why they're there. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know that she's there because she owes people money or just because she doesn't give a fuck.
Well, she might be. Well, it's because she killed her dad, right?
Yeah, but it feels like she got
So
away with
like,
it.
no. She went to jail. She
Oh, even if she
says,
went to jail, but she's done it. It's over.
yeah, no, but she says that they were waiting for her when she came out of jail, like the Squid
I've
Game
missed this.
organizers.
All
So
right, well
I'm
then
wondering if they could have thrown like a couple of sort of murderers and stuff in there as well.
something else ripped off from Battle Royale where they do that exact thing.
Oh, do they?
A couple of them are volunteers who just want to go in murdering.
Oh, that could be what it is.
Potentially. All right. But Silky Sue, acting ability or overacting this, very low. I think she plays this quite well.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a shame she's not a bigger character.
Uh, like what, 5,
Uh,
10? I don't
no,
think it's high.
no, like 5 seems fine. Stupidity. I mean, it's stupid to be there. It's stupid to go back. It's stupid to make these. It's stupid to throw
Yep.
that game. But I feel like it's not stupidity. It's I'm trying to kill myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it feels like
Yeah,
it's a
yeah, no,
deliberate
it's just.
choice to risk her life rather than
Well, it's definitely a choice when she loses the game.
absolutely. But I
Like,
mean, like just her whole experience feels like a deliberate choice to.
mm-hmm. No, I agree with that. So, I don't know. I think this is really low then.
It is stupid, but there's easier ways to go.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I feel like a 20.
Okay, I'm fine with
20
that.
feels fine. Tracksuit goodness, she's one of the very few people that look great in a tracksuit.
Yeah, she kind of rocks it.
She absolutely rocks it. I'm willing to give her a solid like 80, 90, whatever.
Let's
She
go
looks
90.
real good in a tracksuit. And no, I don't mean like sexy or anything. She's just like she's wearing
She's
it well.
cool.
She's like a bit like
Yeah,
that bit in Kill Bill where Uma Thurman's wearing that yellow tracksuit, and
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not sexy, but she's just kind of rocking the shit out of it. Yeah, I like this tracksuit girl, Sulky Sue. Fighting ability. I mean, she survived the first night. We've got to give her something. It's not nothing. It's not high, but I'm
What
willing
did
to
we
give her.
give the Jesus guy?
We gave him 15, but he does feel more aggro. Like he's screaming and shouting. This girl is very sad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's more than 1 or 2, but I mean not 0. Fuck, is it 0?
No,
She
I don't
might have
think it.
just sat. She might have just went to bed and hoped she didn't wake up.
Maybe. I think like 2.
All right, we'll go 2. I'm not happy about it. It feels wrong. We might have to revisit that. Scumbaggery. I don't think she's that much of a scumbag.
No, I
She's
don't
not
think so.
wishing ill on anyone else. She's not trying to
I don't
kill
think she
people to
screws
win.
anyone over.
I don't think she. Well, she definitely doesn't. She lets North Korean girl live.
Mm-hmm.
Like she sacks. Like she's one of my favorite characters. Unfortunately, she's a terrible card. Is a scumbag like 5 or 10?
I think like honestly, like 5, if not lower. I don't think she really does anything. Because the reason she went to jail was like revenge on her dad for like abusing her.
Absolutely. This is the
You
thing.
know?
But she does. Here's the reason she gets something. She phoned up and said, "I want to come back," and she was She was just one more person on that vote that knocked it over like the majority to make them come back.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
All right. Yeah.
she has a tiny fraction of culpability because she could have walked away from the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah.
She gets something. She gets 5. I'm not happy about it. Right, now we're coming into a real turd of a character. This is the Disgraced Doctor. And I fucking hate this guy. Now, he is apparently deliberately being placed on the island by some renegade members of staff
Mm-hmm.
who are using him to illegally harvest dead contestants' organs for Chinese black market.
I think so. Yeah.
Right.
I think that's all right. Yeah.
Why the fuck wouldn't you just try and get him as a member of staff? It's moronic that he
Yeah.
would ever
You're
choose to
kind
be a
of
contestant. Like
That's such a good point. They're kind of risking their most valuable asset of getting these organs at that point.
but it's not even that. They've got a secret way off the island, right? These renegade cast members, right?
Are they not using the VIP tunnel?
They're using the VIP tunnel and then they're
Yeah.
scuba diving to the next island where the Chinese smuggling
Meeting
boat
them.
is waiting for them, right?
Yeah.
So you've got a secret way off the island. You've got a secret way onto the island.
Oh, just sneak a guy in and have him hiding in that
Just
little
sneak him
operation
in.
room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you sneaking a contestant back and forth, constantly worrying about all the surveillance cameras that the other cast members or the other workers are going to catch you at? Just
Yeah, and now
sneak him
all the
up your secret
players
tunnel.
also know
Yeah.
that
He goes
something's
missing
up.
all night, every night. And by the way, this guy must be shattered.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How is he expected to win the game? If you're making your money off the organ harvesting, like, it would either make sense to put a contestant in and then feed him as much information and tips and stuff as helpful to win the money and then split the cash, the reward, the 26 million. That would make sense. It would make sense to smuggle the doctor onto the island and have him harvest the bodies, and that be your revenue stream. It's weird to cross those over and make no sense on either of them.
That's a fair point.
It's so fucking stupid. And what are you going to do the next time round? Is the doctor just going to be here for the one? Because he can't
Then
come
they'll
back
find
as a
another
contestant.
disgraced doctor.
I mean, just smuggle him onto the fucking island. It's so fucking stupid. And this character is terribly portrayed by this actor, who is one of the most overacting, hammy pieces of shit in the entire goddamn show. This guy's a piece of... This guy's terrible. Fucking terrible.
Right, so what are we giving him for overacting this then?
Well, we've got to come up with a nickname first. And I was...
Oh, do we? I thought we were skipping on the nicknames.
Well, we've got, Panther Sex Pest and Slapper and Sulky Sue and Jesus Freak.
Alright,
I think
okay.
it should be Dr. Shithead. Dr. Shithead. MD.
Yes, yeah.
Because this seems like the kind of guy that would make clear to you who's a medical doctor. A fucking arsehole.
Oh yeah,
Overacting
he
this.
is a bit I'm operating. This is my theatre. This is
Yeah,
even though it's like a
it's not. It's,
the-
I'm going to scream at the top of my voice during this secret. When he's supposed to be doing this secret underhand thing. What happens if there's like the front man's just walking
guy
past and
walking
goes,
by.
"Who the fuck? Why is there a contestant screaming in that hall? What the fuck?" And here's my other thing: these workers had time to not only set up an operating thing, get the doctor aboard, but they also had time to alter one of the crematoriums. That there's a secret back passage out of it.
Mm.
Just smuggle the doctor on the board in your secret way on and off the island. So fucking stupid. And if you got caught, the guy would have went, "I don't give a shit." It's because you cheated in the game that's the reason that you die.
Yeah, it is. The guy actually didn't give a single
No, he
shit
said it.
about
I
them
don't care if
sniffing
you
the
make some
organs,
money on the
eh?
side. No, he did not. Which shows he has no respect for the dead, which makes the coffins again weird. Anyway, Dr. Shithead MD overacting this. It's very high. It's like a 90,
90?
95. Is it 100? He's real bad.
I don't know if it's 100, man.
Nah, it's not. I'm gonna give him 92.
Alright, okay.
Stupidity. Fucking massive. He makes terrible decisions. Like, agreeing to become a contestant so you can illegally harvest organs, terrible decision. Not suggesting, why the fuck don't I just get smuggled onto the island instead of becoming a contestant, terrible decision. Then making like a palaver and running and like...
Oh, yeah, no, as soon as he ran, it was like, that's over, man.
Yeah, like
You
you
can't
forced the
run.
other guy's hand. And being part of the whole thing, he's a good 80, right?
I think higher, man. I was thinking like 90.
Alright, let's meet at 85.
Alright.
Tracksuit goodness looks like a bag of shite. 0. Fighting ability. I mean, there's
Does
a
he
scalpel
fight?
there. There's a scalpel, and I think he might stab one of the other guys or cut his throat or something.
I think... Dude, yeah, he does. Doesn't he manage to, like, the guy's got a gun at him or something? He managed to, like, wrestle it off him.
Yeah, I mean, there's something there, but it's not high. It's surprise that gets him where he's going. It's not skill.
What, like 10, 15?
I was going to go 20, so I'll meet you at 17.
Okay.
Scumbaggery. I mean, we're almost as bad as Panther Sex Pest. I mean, this is fucking evil what he's doing. And he did it, and let's be 100% clear. In this story, he did it to someone who is still alive, which is why he says that his last job work was so shit.
Was, like,
Because the guy was
botched, yeah.
twitching on the table and still breathing and shit when he was carving out his eyes. This guy is fucking monstrous.
Yeah.
And he goes into this all well, and he could have went, like, he's not paying for it. But fuck me, he's like a 98, right?
Yeah. No, I'm fine with 98.
Fuck this dude. Now we move on. Now this may be difficult. It's the guy on the right. The picture I'm showing dynamic at the moment has two characters on it. One of them is Tattoo Face, and the other is his second henchman. Which I only put on because one, there's not many characters, and two, him during the marble game is quite funny.
Yeah, no, I love it. He's... I did like it.
So do you want to do him as a character?
Yeah, let's do it. He's number 278. If
He
any
is number
listeners know
278.
that.
And he is the henchman of Notre Tattoo Face.
Yes.
The henchman of Notre Tattoo Face. It's a great nickname. And I'm glad I came up with it. This guy can't fucking act. At all. He's very much exactly what we're talking about with like the Banzai, Takeshi's Castle, Japanese game show over the topness.
Is he as
And
bad
he's
as
like-
the Doctor?
Well, you see, the Doctor has like smaller moments, and this guy has a couple of them as well. But his main moment, I would say he's about on par with the Doctor.
Okay. Because I think... Right, I think see something that does affect the overacting this category
Yeah.
is screen time. I think that affects it because in my head, the two people. Oh well, they're further up the list,
Uh-huh.
but the two people that I think do overact the most are the main guy
Terrible, yeah.
and do you know the wife that sleeps with tattoo guy?
Yeah, horrendous women, yeah.
I think both of them are the most overacting in this. But I don't know if
Yes,
that's
but
also to
this,
do with the fact that they're on screen a lot
sure,
more.
but this guy's... Alright, okay, fair enough. But this guy is real hamming it up in the one scene he gets given.
He is, yeah.
Alright, okay, so Doctor
Yes.
Shithead was 92. What you want to do? Are you wanting to go lower, like 80 something, or even less? What we going?
I was thinking like 80, aye.
Right, okay, I'll go 80. I'll accept that I'm remembering this guy. I've seen this twice. I hated him both times. Stupidity, very high.
Yeah.
He's very high. Oh, like this guy,
I don't get why he
this
starts
character.
calling the other guy boss as well.
No, I've no idea. He makes just terrible decisions to like gloat at the wrong moments, and like I'm not being an arsehole when I'm playing that game of marbles. I'm being the most focused I've ever been in my entire fucking life.
Yeah.
And he's winning that game of marbles until he's got one left. Throw the last marble 300 yards to the right. Don't throw it at the thing. You are winning.
Yeah. That is very true. Yeah. Just drop it.
If not, yeah, just drop it. It's not 100, but it's like it's a solid 80, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck this dude. Tracksuit goodness looks like a bag of shite. However, it does look like he's got kind of that Russian mafia tracksuit thugness that is not nothing.
What,
You know,
like 20?
he looks like he's about to do a Slavic squat and drink a bottle of vodka. I'm not getting him 20. Fuck that. He doesn't look that good, but I'm giving him like 10.
Alright, okay.
Fighting ability, some. You know,
Yeah, because he on the
he's
raid
right up
night,
to scrap with the raid.
aye. He's got like doesn't he use like a bit of metal or something off one of the beds?
Yeah, and he
Beating
does a
folk
couple
with
of
it.
people. Yeah,
So
it's
what?
not nothing. He's ready to scrap and he's willing to do it.
What, like 30?
Fuck me, I think more than that. I mean, what? But who's our 100 or who's our? Is it Tattoo Face?
I think it's gotta be.
Right. So based on him, he's not that much lower than Tattoo Face.
No. Alright, fuck it, like what? 80?
Yeah, like it feels good. This guy is a surprisingly decent card. And scumbaggery, I mean, very high.
Oh, quite high, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm willing to go again, like a solid 75, 80 straight off the bat.
I
Oh,
think
more than
80.
that, because he's 85 because he's a murderer. He's a happy murderer.
Yeah, okay, 85.
Yeah. So much for the henchman of Notra Tattoo Face. Moving on to Dude with Gun. Now, here's the thing.
I don't remember this guy.
Well, he's the one who loses the honeycomb match and manages to get a gun off one of the workers,
Mm-hmm.
and then he has like he's number 119, and he has like a wee standoff moment when he makes one of them take off the guy's mask, and he goes,
Oh,
"Oh, you're
yes.
just a kid." And then the frontman comes out, he shoots himself. Then the frontman shoots the guy that took off the mask. Oh, we're all anonymous here. Don't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's here to kind of fill out the deck, so I'm kind of willing to skip him. His moment is poignant, and honestly, he's got that overacting, but it's such a moment of high tension and like thing that I can almost believe that he's like in a frenzy, a survival frenzy. And when the thing takes off the other guy takes off his mask, he goes, "You're just a kid." Like there's a deflation in him that's pretty good. There's like a resignation.
Let's.
I don't think he's in enough of it for us to give him anything else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to skip this
Yeah,
guy.
no,
But
yeah, I think
weirdly,
it is a skip, but he might be the best
he's one of
acting
the
in it.
better actors.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to move on to Horrendous Woman. 212, the scummy woman, or as I think we shall now be calling her, Trashbag Tracy. She just seems like a scumbag.
Yeah, no, I don't like her at all.
No, she's horrendous and terribly acting. I'm good at everything I can do except the things I can't do.
Yeah, it's ugh.
Terribly acted throughout. I hate this bitch. And she commits suicide right at the end. No idea why.
Oh, so she does on the bridge. Yeah, she like
She
kills
wraps her legs
herself to kill
tattoo
Tattoo
face.
Guy,
Yeah.
which was
Moronic?
something. Aye. No, I really don't like her.
Can't stand this bitch. Trashbag Tracy though. Good name. Overacting this. I mean, honestly, God, she
Mate,
might be.
I think we might have 200s.
And that's if both people are equally overacting this, that's fine. We just can't have more than 100.
I think she's 100 though.
She's real bad. Yeah, I'm willing to go with it. She's real bad. Stupidity, very high.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
smuggled. Well, this is the thing. She smuggled stuff onto the island up her vagina, wrapped in a condom. It was cigarettes. If you're going to go to the effort to smuggle something on, smuggle the knife. Smuggle anyone a mobile phone. Smuggle any one of a dozen other things rather than fucking cigarettes. Anything but goddamn fags. There's no point.
Yep.
And then she does a weird. She covers up for the North Korean girl for no particular reason, and she
Yeah, that's the thing.
hams.
She makes like a bunch of allegiances.
She hams it the fuck up, and she's one of the ones that first like gets asked to get let go because she's got a baby she hasn't even named yet.
That is her, isn't it?
Yeah, it's her. Yeah. Like, I fucking hate this bitch. Stupidity's got to be off the charts.
But
She
also,
might be another 100.
she tries to like manipulate people, and
Yeah,
then when
she's
they're
just
like
bad
no,
at it.
she turns round to the person standing next to them and just tries to manipulate them.
Yeah, she's a real fucking half-wit. Oh, is she 100? This is not as stupid as trying to rape a young fit man who's going to beat the shit out of you. But this is like a 99 though, right?
Yeah.
Fuck this bitch. Tracksuit goodness. See, they don't look bad in the tracksuit, I'm going to be honest. Not great, but fine.
Well, like 50 then.
Not that much. 35, 40?
Yeah, go 35.
Yeah, alright. Fighting ability, I mean, apparently some. She's up for a scrap, she's out there with the murderers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not suggesting it's 90, but I could see a 50, 60.
Yeah, there's also like a sort of confidence.
Yeah, there's a weird psychotic
Uh-huh.
confidence.
Let's go 50.
Alright. Scumbaggery.
Oh,
I mean, I think we've got
quite
another
high.
100 here. No, I mean, she
No,
does
not.
kill,
I
she does
don't
kill
think it's
Tattoo Face.
100.
No, it's probably not 100. I really hate this character, which is colouring my view slightly.
I think like it could be 80 though.
Oh, it's more than that. She's joining in with the murderers quite happily. One thing I don't understand about this character. Her and Tattoo Face are quite happy to murder people in plain view of everyone else, but they sneak off to the bathroom for a shag. Feels like you've drawn a weird line over what's public and private there.
Yeah. But
I want to give her like a 19. I want to give her like a 90.
right, 90.
Alright. I really hate this character. Alright. Moving on to Ali, one of the few names we understand how to say.
Mm-hmm.
But his nickname of Moron McFuckhead, I think, is equally apt.
I agree with it, but this is like one of the only characters I liked. But I don't know
How
if it's I
can you
liked
like
him
this
or I just
character?
feel bad for him.
I mean, I feel bad for him because he's possibly actually mentally disadvantaged. He's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. No,
He's
he's
so
got. Is he the
stupid.
100?
He might be the 100 for stupidity.
I
I
think
mean,
he is.
Panther
'Cause
Sex Fest is already 100. He might be up there.
Oh, yeah. The Stones marbles was like unforgivable though.
Several of things. Well, uh, he worked somewhere for 3 months and never got paid. Don't turn up after the first month.
Yeah.
Steal shit.
The
Sell it.
first paycheck you don't get, you don't turn up.
Yeah, you're done. I mean, that his boss should have definitely been fed head first through a mango.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, fucking hell, man. Oh, right. Acting ability. He's not the worst in this entire thing. He's not good. He's a bad actor, but he's far from the worst.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, he's like a 60, right?
Yeah, 60. I like it.
Stupidity. Fucking mad. He has 100. I'm not
I
even.
think it's
I'm gonna
gotta be
put.
100.
I'm gonna put down the 100, and then we can talk about why he's 100. But he's definitely 100, and he's 100 because he's in a game of life and death. He's decided that the scummy banker is his friend for some fucking reason. He
Because he
absolutely
gave him
shouldn't.
bus fare once.
Moronic. Absolutely
Yeah.
moronic. And then he allows himself to be conned and eventually murdered. And he just makes moronic decision after moronic decision. He's definitely 100. He's a useless cunt. But, you know, that's what it is. Tracksuit goodness. Looks good in a tracksuit.
Yeah.
65, 70?
Let's go 70.
He looks good in a tracksuit. He's pulling it off. Fighting ability. I know if he scraps a bit with his boss.
I
Because
think there's
technically, I think he wins that fight because he feeds his boss to
yeah.
a mango.
No, he's
Presumably, he
he's
survived
not.
the scrap and stuff, right? I'm willing to give him something. 40
How
feels
what you
right.
I was thinking 40.
40 feels fine, right?
Yeah, yeah. Because even at a certain point, do they not all sort of grab weapons and stuff? Like the group, and he's got like a big bit of metal he's ready to like club folk with.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Scumbaggery. Not that high. I mean,
No,
he
it's
feels
not
like
that
he's
high.
definitely driven to this by utter desperation.
Necessity.
Utter. Like, I don't believe that the main character didn't have other options. He just feels like a cunt. Like, the banker has enough money, he could have just left Korea and done something else. But it's all tied up in his pride and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This guy just feels like he is so dirt poor desperate that he's got people relying on him and he just has to goddamn do something. Anything.
Yeah.
So, scumbaggery wise, like, pretty low, right?
Yeah. No, I think it might be 5 again.
I think it might be
Or lower.
I think it might be slightly lower because Silky Sue is doing it for herself, or rather, not doing it for herself. He's kind of not doing it for other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, yeah, I get you.
I'm
What
gonna
are you
give him.
thinking?
I'm gonna give him a 1. It can't get a 0. I don't think anybody can get a 0, apart from maybe the police officer. But even so, I mean, we'll get to him. But I'm giving him a 1. Right. I'm not going to explain it further. Just fucking, I'm the authority. Just have it. Just fucking have it. All right. Now we're moving on to the childhood friend 218, the scummy banker or scummy stockbroker, or Patrick bit of a dickheadman.
Yeah.
It's not great. Is there anything better?
Is there like a Wolf of Wall Street one we could go with? Like I don't know, something of Wall Street or
Gordon Gecko, Witless of Wall Street. Oh, no, he's quite smart. Wanker of Wall Street. I got a reaction. He's the wanker of Wall Street.
yeah.
Alright. I've also started, and I know that because you're part of this podcast, but you've done absolutely nothing to help it, like listen to the podcast or look at the website. But
I have looked at the website.
up your arsehole, you have.
I have.
But recently, did you look at the cards?
Nah, it's when you first put it up.
Exactly, you fucking piece of shit. If you look at the cards, I have also put different nicknames on some of them when I've thought of better ones later, or just different ones. So we maybe come up with something better.
Okay.
Overacting this, not the worst.
No, I don't think. I think out of the main group,
He's the best actor.
he might be the lowest. Yeah. Oh no, not. He's like the second lowest. I think probably North Korea girl.
She's really good. Yeah, I like North Korea.
But I think
No.
this guy. I don't think this guy overdoes anything too much, to be honest. I think the only time he hams it up is when he's trying to convince Ali to like
and that might be like
sacrifice
a
himself, but
bluff.
that makes sense. Yeah, it's like a bluff in the moment. You know?
Even worse, at the end of this movie, the guy that wins gives this guy's mother quite a lot of money to take care of North Korean kid's brother.
Yeah.
And Ali's family gets fuck all. Doesn't even get a look in. The family that's actually dying in poverty gets nothing.
That's true. That's true, innit?
Gets fucking nothing. Red hair never even takes a look at him.
That's quite sad.
It's quite sad. What are we thinking about this guy? He feels like a 30, but I can't really justify that, so I'm willing to be.
No, I'm fine with 30.
Well, I'm
I
willing to be
think I
talked
agree with that.
down or up or down. Like nobody in this is a good actor.
I honestly think like 20 to 30. Because I think quite a lot of the time this guy's just sort of deadpan.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll believe you and I'll go 20 because I'm granted I might not be accurate on this. Stupidity. He only does a couple of really stupid things. He joins the game and then he kills himself. And even though one of the kill himself just feels like a resignation.
Yeah.
So apart from that, he makes.
What's the baseline for joining the game?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's got to be at least sort of 50. Or
I think we said
60.
50 or something.
Was it 60 we said, maybe?
I think we might have, but. Yeah, I mean, he joined the game. All right.
I think
and
60.
Of course, he gambled away millions of other people's money and lost it all.
That's also true, yeah.
Feels like it knocks it up a notch. 70.
70, cool.
Right, okay. Tracksuit looking good in this. He's by far the one that looks best in a tracksuit.
Yeah.
He looks great in a it's the 100. He looks fucking phenomenal in a tracksuit. He looks phenomenal in all his clothes, but he looks great in a tracksuit. Fighting ability, he's definitely up for a scrap. I don't know that he's good at it, but he's definitely up for it. He gets beaten by main guy. I feel like I could kick the shit out of main guy.
That's true. But is it because he got dirt in the eye?
Yeah, that's yeah. So you lost out a bit. It's a bit of a knock against your fighting ability.
I was feeling like 40. I was feeling like 40.
Right. Okay.
That means we need to give main guy more than that.
40 and
41.
0.0001. Scumbaggery, extremely high. Like, he's willing to sacrifice people. He does Ali so dirty. I mean, this feels like another 100.
I think it is 100. He kills a few people.
He does. Like, because he's not making a profit out of this, I'm going to give him 99, right?
Okay.
Because, man, he's a huge piece of shit. And Ali saves, like, the main guy's life, and probably this guy's life a couple of times.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. That's just depressing. Right, we're moving on to Frontman. Or, I don't even know what to go with. There's nothing funny about this guy.
Nah, there's not.
There's nothing interesting. And he's the only actor in this that I goddamn recognise.
Oh, what was he in?
He's in a ton of shit. When he takes his mask off, I went, oh my god, I've seen you in a ton of shit.
I don't recognise him.
Yeah.
Should
we skip the Frontman?
No, I don't think he's in a chunk of it. I don't think we can skip the front man.
Alright. So what nickname are we giving to him? Do you know something, front man? There's nothing
What
funny about this man. I'm not going to force it. You know what I mean? It's not funny. He's probably technically one of the best actors in this, but I'm not into him at all. Overacting this. There's a bit there. It's not horrendous. I'm willing to go
10.
I was going to say I'll meet you at 15.
Okay. All his lines are just like said though.
Yeah, they're not good. But there's like the bit where he takes the mask off of his brother and
Oh yeah, I suppose.
and that bit where he goes, I always put the phone down the other way.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh yeah, he did do that a bit actually.
There's little moments, you know.
Yeah, it's not horrendous though.
Stupidity. I don't think he's that stupid. He's evil, but he's not stupid. He won his game.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, it's stupid. You've won millions and yet you're working for this thing. There feels like there's a bit of a Stockholm syndrome thing going on there, but
Yeah, actually. So what? He gets something, but
he gets something.
I don't
But
think it.
10.
Yeah, 10. Cool.
I don't feel he deserves 10.
5.
No, I feel he deserves a little bit more. I'm going to give him 13. He's an arsehole.
Okay.
Tracksuit goodness. His mask is terrible. His coat is terrible. His whole weird... He has no sense of style. Like, he's got this weird jazz playing, like, maquette in the corner, and, like, his sense of style for his private room is fucking god-awful, and there's nothing cool.
Very black and leather.
It's real bad. It's real fucking bad. I think
No,
he's
it kind of looks like a sort of like the coat he's wearing kind of looks like Liam Gallagher's coat or something.
Yeah, it's
You
shit.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Alright. What are we saying, a 5?
Yeah.
Is he a 0?
Nah, actually, fuck
Really?
it. Yeah, 0, man.
He's really uncool. Fighting ability. We never see him fight. He shoots a few people. Now, within the context of the show, he won his game. So presumably he scrapped it up real nice.
Do they switch the games though?
I don't know. That is unclear. It feels like
It feels
the
like
tone
they
of this, they
do.
always finish with a Squid Game.
It does. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they have all the other games. Actually, even the last game must be new because a couple of the VIPs don't know what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you have to
What,
explain it to a couple
when
of the
they look at the
VIPs.
volumes though, it says like Squid Game's like 1999 or whatever.
I think it does, yeah, but I think it's an inconsistency within the story of the. It's not a very well written show. I'm willing to give him something.
Like what? If he won, like the guy.
I'm willing to give him something. No, I'm not. It gets dick all. We don't see him fight. Scumbaggery. He went through this. He's now putting other people through this, even though he definitely doesn't have to because he's got enough money to get himself out the hole. He's a full piece of shit. He's listening to weird jazz when he watches the games. He's doing. The whole thing is fucking weird, and he's not only complicit, he's like an active organising participant.
Oh yeah,
this
he's
is
like a
high
vital
90s.
part of the like games.
Yeah.
He's the
Is he
boss.
Is he 100? Yeah, I think he is 100.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Like, he could stop that fat VIP for trying to rape one of his men.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're a VIP doesn't mean you get to do whatever the fuck you want. Alright, okay, yeah, he gets 100. Fuck this dude. He's not an interesting character, and he's in a fair amount of this show. He's not interesting. Fuck him. Right, we're up to Tattoo Face. Is there a better nickname than Tattoo Face?
I feel like there's got to be.
Greasy gangster shithead. Even gangster fuckhead. Oh, even better. Strong career choice. feels like a tattoo in the face like that is very much a statement.
Mm-hmm.
Overacting this, he is not the worst, but he certainly has his moments.
Oh, yeah.
And
He
a
hams it
lot
up
of
a
those
bit.
moments are when he's eating shit. Food goes in your mouth. It does not go on your lips. It does not go down your chin. It does not. Have you never seen someone who's eaten a boiled egg before, man?
Oh, yeah, I mean, when he was getting shouted at for eating the boiled eggs, he's sitting spitting a ton of it out, too.
It's
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 weird.
so weird. That bit where he stabs his mate in the car. Fucking hell. And if his mate had the card, his overacting would be nearing infinity.
What we think of that? Like 70? 75?
Yeah, alright. Well, 73. We'll meet in the middle. That feels about right. Stupidity. I mean, he immediately makes as many enemies as possible. He doesn't think anything through.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He stole from a mob boss. He's got to be up 90 something, right?
Yeah, 95.
95.
He also
Tracks
betrays the
scumbag
wife.
women that eventually kills him,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's a rich
Does
tapestry
not
of
think
fucking
things
idiocy.
through.
No. Every fibre of my body is just struggling every time we do this to not say the word beginning with an R that I really want to say.
Oh.
Just holding it back.
I'm sure that's appreciated. That is appreciated.
Tracksuit goodness. He kind of looks okay in a tracksuit. He looks like a greasy
Yeah,
gangster,
man.
but it kind of works for him. He's not 100 or none, but he's like, I give him 65, 70.
Yeah, give him 70.
Alright. Fighting ability. I mean,
Surely he's 100.
well, if he was the 100, then you would hope he would be smart enough, he would have enough fighting ability to knock that woman off him before she drags him to her death.
Is it not just because she like actually like interlocks her fingers in that though and just grips on as tight as she can?
Maybe,
Like
but
it might be quite hard to actually, especially when you're up there on like a tiny
alright.
platform.
No, yeah, you're right enough. I'll give him the 100. He does seem to be the most scrappy of the lot. And is quite willing to, not just willing, but eager to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Scumbaggery, very high. He's a pimp who beats up his coerced prostitutes. He's a mobster. He's a murderer. He's a scumbag. He's another 100, right?
Yeah. No, he's got to be. There's quite a lot of hundreds because there's quite a lot of not nice people in this.
Well, here's the thing, but this is why it's a badly written show. Because it's cartoonish. And
Mm-hmm.
cartoons are extremes.
Yeah.
It's not well written, it's not well acted, it's not well directed, it's not well structured. So there are a lot of absolute highs and absolute lows because these people have no concept of nuance.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one going, I'll dial it back a bit for this scene, I'll play it subtle. Well, North Korean girl, maybe. But he's fucking not. 101's not.
Nah, he's not. So what? He's 100 on Scumbaggery, yeah?
Yeah, there's a lot of 100. It's not a good
Yep.
category. There's going to be a lot of draws in that. And do you know why? Because it's a bad show. Now, I put his mum up here, main character's mum. Or Sainty McSainthood.
Oh wait, we're not doing North Korean girl next.
We are doing North Korean Girl next. I missed North Korean Girl, apparently. Now,
Alright.
North Korean Girl, I almost don't want to give her a nickname because her story is so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to make fun of her. Should we just call her NK? Nikki.
Nikki, yeah.
That feels fine. This girl is just depressing. Her story is terrible. I don't believe she stole his money. Like, within the show, she seems to say that, oh, you'll hassle me about that money. I don't know if she ever admits to it.
Oh yeah, that's true actually. It could have just fallen out his pocket or
It's
gotten nicked
far more
elsewhere.
likely. Her story is just, like, I believe she has, like Ali, she has no other options. It's either this or going back to violent pimps that are cutting her and beating her up and
Yeah. Like, yeah.
And I think she's probably the best actor in this, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So overacting this. Does she have any moments of overacting this? She's
I,
maybe got
I,
a couple,
I,
but they're
I
not. They
can't
don't
think
stick
of
out
them.
to me.
No.
I should get a 0.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Stupidity. I don't know that she's. I know we said baseline 60, but she is. Her situation is so fucking grim, and she's not doing it of herself. She's trying to help her brother and her family, and she's smart enough apparently to learn to hold her breath for 25 to 30 minutes, and smuggling a knife, and that was a good idea. It was better than a fanny full of cigarettes. Or as I shall now be calling vaginas, fag packets.
So what? Stupidity is like. I don't
Quite
think
low,
it's
right?
high.
It's quite low. It feels like a 20. I mean, it's stupid to be here, it's stupid, but she's not doing it out of evilness.
No.
It is desperation.
Mhm.
Does she even deserve a 20?
I was thinking more like 5, just something.
I'll meet you in the middle at what, 12?
Cool.
Tracksuit and goodness. She don't look good in a tracksuit.
Wait, what? Sorry.
The tracksuiting look goodiness. She does not look good in a tracksuit.
You not think?
No, because she's hunched over, and it's the way she's walking about and stuff, but she's not. It looks like the suit's wearing her. She's very thin.
Eh, what are you thinking then? Like what? 20?
I don't have a better answer for that. Yeah, we'll go 20. Alright, fine. Fighting ability, she's right up for a scrap.
Oh, yeah, she
She's
fights
weak.
off the
Who?
last guy.
Tattoo Face?
Yeah, Tattoo Face comes for
She
her.
does not.
Yeah, she does. She manages to like escape from him.
She does not.
What happens then?
Well, if you're talking about at night time in the melee, she kind of disappears in the dark. Sure, that's how he ends up with a
Yeah.
knife. But if you're talking about the first time he attacks her, it's because main character jumps in and
Oh
starts
no, I meant in
throttling
the
her.
nighttime.
Sure, but I'm not sure she wins that fight. She like takes a couple of stabs, loses the knife, and then flees.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying she won it, but I'm just saying she managed to not die there.
Sure, no, I'm absolutely, and her willingness to go for a scrap counts for something. Like, I'm willing to give her like 40.
Yeah, okay.
I believe she would win amongst all the women.
Mhm.
And scumbaggery. I don't think she's a scumbag.
No, I think it might be 0.
This is a terrible card, but it's because she's our favourite character and quite well acted. This actress is pretty good. Alright. Now, I put his mum in here because she reminded me a bit of my own mum. And she was lovely. I don't know that she's done it enough for us to give her anything. But I just wanted to point out, main character's mum is fucking lovely. He does not deserve her. He's a piece of shit and I hate him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We can move on from that, but I just wanted to call her out because
Just a shout out to main character's mum.
that tiny wee dead Asian woman, the fact she dies is just unnecessary kick in the cunt.
Yeah.
I think we'll just say right now, I think we're skipping Square as well. There's nothing interesting to say about him.
Nah, there's not.
Nah. So we've only got 2 left. So we're going to go with number 1.
Old guy.
The old bitch. Danny Dementia. Or Terry Tumor. What do you want?
Go Danny Dementia.
Danny Dementia is. I fucking hate this guy. Now, he's the big twist of the movie because he is actually the. Well,
he's the founder.
He's the founder, but he's also like the accountant to all these billionaires. Like, he got rich financial servicing the other billionaires.
Yes.
So he's the founder of the Squid Game. And I called that in episode 2. Like, I just went, oh, you're behind this, aren't you? And sure enough, he was behind this. This motherfucker's not a good actor. He's way over the top with the dementia bits. He's way over the top with the old daughter and man bit. He's way over the top with the dying bit. None of it's believable. He's shit. I didn't believe any of this. There is no way that man could survive so long in the game.
Yeah, without having known what's going on. Because even in the first game, he immediately knew. He ran without hesitation.
Yeah. And I presume that it was him shouting during the night, I'm scared, that stopped it and got the guys to come in and break everything up. I presume that was a code.
Oh, when he was up in the bed?
Yeah, I presume so.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that after knowing what the twist was.
Well, some of the workers must be in on it because they don't shoot him after the marbles. Like the worker that's covering those
he does a fake shot, yeah.
Yeah, so
that just defeats their whole anonymity thing.
Yeah.
Because he's got a mask. He's got like an owl mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
No, but nothing in the show does.
I wonder if there is like a code word that if they say to a worker, like.
Well, maybe, but
maybe.
but none of this is good. Like none of this is good. And I hate this dude.
Right, what are we going for?
Overacting this. He's not 100, but he's a 70 or an 80.
I was thinking 80.
I'll meet you at 80. Stupidity. I mean, it depends, doesn't it? It's moronic that you're doing this, but it's because you've got a death wish because you're already dying, and you were bright enough to earn enough money to organise this, but you were evil enough to do this shit. Like, this is a real dartboard situation. I mean, you're in incredible danger during this. Like, there is, ignoring the games, there is almost nothing stopping Tattoo Face for you being the first one he goes for during the night.
That's true.
It's luck that it's not. If you got pushed in that first game, you would have died.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you are not in control of any of these situations. If your team, no matter how much tug of war advice you gave, but if your team had been up against Tattoo Face team, you'd still fucked. You're still dead.
Yeah.
And maybe you're organising this all in the background to let you get through, but then it's not fair and you're not playing the game. It's not stupid, but it's against the spirit that you're so fucking constantly going on about. And you could help people. You could hit that frozen guy at the end. I don't know why the main character and you both watched that guy freeze to death.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that at all, because the guy...
They could have left and picked him up.
was like, if anyone helped him in the next 20 minutes, why doesn't the main guy just take the elevator down?
We'll get to the main guy in a minute. We're coming up to the main guy.
Alright, okay. Sorry.
We're coming up to the main guy. He's the last guy left. I fucking hate that guy. That guy cannot fuck it.
Yeah, reel it in. Save it.
We'll get to him. Right. Stupidity. I mean, technically, I suppose it's 0, right? He's either organising all this and it's 0, or he's not organising this because he wishes to die, but he knows full well what's going on. It's still 0. He's the only person going into this with full knowledge and the option not to do it.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
It's not satisfying, but...
It doesn't feel right.
It does not. Tracksuit looking goodness, 0. He looks fucking terrible in a tracksuit. Fighting ability, 0. He is literally made of dust.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
His main enemy is gravity. I have no idea how he got up to that top level of beds in the night. I do not believe that he climbed up there. Do you see how slow he moves in that first game? And he's running at full pelt. Scumbaggery. I think he's our 100 plus. Or unknown. He invented this shit.
I think they're the same thing. I don't think it's unknown. I think it's 100 plus.
Okay. Plus, 100 plus. We can't go above 100, but if he comes up against another 100, he wins.
He wins.
Because he's
been doing this shit for years.
And he hasn't went. You can't rape people while you're here. He's like, yeah, knock yourself out. You could stop that. Nah, fucking rape anyone you like. Do whatever the fuck you like. I mean, truly an evil piece of shit. He's watching people freeze to death. Fucking, I hate this guy. The guy cannot act. The character's terribly written. Fuck the old dude.
Fuck
Right.
this guy.
Now we come on to the main character. And when I try and think of a nickname, I try and make a riff on an aspect of the character, Danny Dementia, or I try and, make a commentary on a sort of physical aspect, strong career choice, or an emotional aspect, Sulky Sue. So I think if I use my brain and I come up as clever as possible, I think the main character's nickname should be Cunt. Just Cunt.
Just cunt.
I fucking hate this guy. He cannot act even a little bit. Even a little bit. Nothing.
No, I think he's the worst actor in all this. I couldn't stand it.
He's our 100 plus in acting.
It's the over the top from the get go.
Screaming at his lovely little mother.
He's like wailing at her.
You didn't check in the box before you handed your daughter a gun-shaped cigarette lighter. I mean, there's just a million different things. I hate this guy.
Wait, so he's 100 plus in the overactingness.
Yes, if he gets up in another 100 he wins. He's technically only 100, but...
And then...
Stupidity. 100, right?
Yeah.
He takes money from loan sharks, he gambles it away, he forgets his daughter's birthday, he robs from his
gambles that money away.
Gambles that money away.
The money just stole off his mum.
He runs for loan sharks. That was never going to help the situation. You went from somewhere very public to somewhere very private. Moronic. Your money fell out your pocket. I do not believe the North Korean girl stole it. You played a game where you got bitch slapped about 19 times in a row, kept playing it. Then you, instead of taking the money that you were fighting so hard for, you just wanted to slap him back. You then joined this show. You should have died in the first round at least twice. But you're overacting so bad that even when you're frozen, your head's darting about and you're jiggling. Everyone else is like a statue and you're fucking moving about. You should have died about at least twice, maybe 5 times in the first game. You should have died in the second game. You should have died in the third game. You should have died in the fourth game. You should never have made it to the end. You should not be the winner. You are bad at everything. I fucking hate you.
No, he lucked out the whole time.
Tracksuit good lookingness. Not horrendous. He looks okay in a tracksuit. Not great, but fine. 50?
Yeah, 50. I like that it goes from that rant to that.
Yeah, I mean, fighting ability.
It's got to be 41.
I believe you're a better fighter than that other dude.
He beat him though.
I know he beat him, but I don't believe it. Your acting didn't persuade me that you could actually win that fight. Alright, I'll go 41, but I am incredibly unhappy about it.
It's what happened.
Scumbaggery. Now, you're not trying to out and out murder people, you're not trying to rape people, but you have a low level shit-headedness that goes throughout your entire life and just hurts every single person you've ever met or know. I hate you. Unfortunately, you're not deliberately trying to murder people, so you're not a 90 or 100. But fuck me, you're like a 60 piece of shit, right?
Yeah, I think so,
Ironically, quite a good card. And that is the end of Cunt. I fucking hate this show.
Are you not excited for season 2?
Oh my god, I'm not, no. I fucking despise this show. Nothing about it makes sense. The acting is terrible. The plot is terrible. The writing is terrible. The structure is god awful. The premise is moronic. And I've seen a lot of articles like, this guy had written this story 6 years ago and he'd been shopping it around and finally it got made and it became like the big... But it shouldn't have. Like
I don't understand
the
why it is
first
so
20
big.
people that you showed this script to that went, no, this is shit, they were correct. This was shit. This entire show was dog shit. And when at the end of it, when this guy does get his money, he doesn't do anything with it. Like, he just lets it sit there as he drinks himself to
Yeah,
death.
no, because it's like a year passes before he even goes and gets the brother from the orphanage.
And
Or
that's
gives it to
only
the mum.
because... Yeah, that's only because the old guy sends him a note.
Yeah.
He would never have done that on his own.
No, it's like he never went and saw his daughter after either.
No, nothing. He's just a piece of shit that I cannot stand. Fucking hate this dude. I'm back on the main character, but I hate this entire show. It's dog awful. I can't believe I had to watch it twice.
You didn't have to watch it twice.
I did have to watch it twice. So that I could be properly enraged for this podcast. And this section of the podcast has come to its end. Oh, I'm just going to... We're going to brush past the fact that the main guy let a guy freeze to death. Because,
wait. The old guy literally said, if anyone helped
he could
them,
have went and helped him.
yeah, just quickly nip down in the lift.
Yep. He could
Like,
have
or
banged
even
on the
phoned
window
the
and
police.
went, yep, anything. 100 things. He could have done 100 things. He could have went one floor up to see if there was anybody there. Went,
Yeah.
the guy go there, can you call the cops or an ambulance? Anything.
No, but they just both stood and watched on the chance that someone might stop.
So the guy
So
didn't learn
dumb.
his lesson. He was still a gambler, but he's gambling with people's lives. He's got the taste. He's doing his own Squid Game now.
Did you understand the red hair thing?
Absolutely not.
I didn't get
Although
it.
red is an important colour in some Asian cultures, I think mainly Chinese, where it's lucky or wealthy, or so maybe it's like a symbolic change or something, a symbolic colour change. I'm not sure. There might be something to that. But
I didn't get it.
no, I'm not sure that's correct. But there might be something
Yeah.
to it that was just
No,
not.
I imagine that there was like some sort of meaning.
Yeah, fuck
But,
it. It's not there.
I
I've been
know.
sitting on this. I've been baking this turd for about 2 weeks, just waiting for it to rush out my mouth as I hate this fucking show.
Did you watch it just as it came out?
Yeah. Although
Right.
I would watch. No. Well, I watched it as soon as it came out, all in one chunk, and I just watched it as a chunk. I would watch something with North Korean girl or Silky Sue in it again. Liked them both.
Yeah.
But nobody else.
I think that's fair.
Right, that's the end of the card making section of the podcast, and frankly, the depression has started to hit me. So let's just briefly move on to what did you watch, or what are you going to watch? You're going to take me on a date during the week, aren't you?
Yeah.
I would like flowers.
Would you like flowers?
I would like flowers.
I was going to see if you wanted a lift.
I don't put out on the first date.
Fucking hell.
I'm just telling you.
Alright.
No matter how dark the cinema is, you're not getting in my pants.
Fuck me. Jesus.
We're going to go see June, and I'm terribly excited about it because I
can't wait. I cannot wait. It's going
and that will be next week's. We should say that. That will be next week's podcast.
June's going to be next week's. Definitely.
Because no matter what it is, good or bad, I've got a lot of thoughts. We might just end up talking about the Kyle MacLachlan June from the 80s, which I also love.
I really liked that when we did watch
Things
it.
in that.
It was like a month ago, 2 months ago.
I've watched it 100 times, but yeah, we watched it fairly recently.
No, that was great. I liked it.
Like, the worms just feel massive. Oh, I cannot wait. I've never seen Timothée Chalamet in anything, but I've heard he's good. Zendaya's in it. She's fine in the Spider-Mans. I think that's the only thing I've seen her in.
No, she was
There's like,
in some other show that's meant to be good. I don't know what it. I can't remember the name of it though. It was some HBO show.
yeah, the guy that was from Stargate Atlantis and is now Aquaman. Can't remember his name. He's in it.
Momoa.
Yeah, Jason Momoa
That's
and
it. Yeah.
Drax the Destroyer. Dave Bautista's in it.
Yeah, Batista's in it. Josh Brolin's in it.
It's just rolling in it.
He's Gurney.
Oh, excellent!
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. The
Oscar Isaac.
director. Oh, is he not the dad?
He's Leo. Aye.
Yeah. The director is
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve or
Denis
something.
Villeneuve, who's I've not loved much of his films, but fuck me, he makes out stuff look pretty.
I don't think I've seen any of his movies.
I've seen a couple of them because he did
Did he
Arrival.
do Blade Runner?
He did Arrival, which looks great. It was a terrible fucking movie. We could do a movie on Arrival. It's a terrible fucking movie. Oh fuck me, that's a bad movie.
Yeah, man, I've not seen any of his movies.
What else has he done?
Blade Runner 2049.
Not bad, not great, but not bad.
I've not seen it. Sicario. I've heard
Eh.
that's a good movie.
It's okay. It's okay. Again, it looks
Prisoners.
great. Prisoners is not good. Prisoners is actively bad. But every single one of them, real fucking pretty. And Dune is such scale. I mean, if he just gets the scale right, like the worm should be city size.
Wait, what did we call it again? A big squiggle by or something? Drive by on the worm.
Wriggle by.
Wriggle by, that was it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just a wriggle by.
That would be class.
With their sonic guns, their weirding guns, tilt you to the side.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Man, I haven't been this excited for a movie in ages.
I guess I would like a lift.
Right, I'll give you a lift. Cool.
So what have you been watching? We're going to see Junior next week. What have you been watching?
Shit, I don't think I've watched much other than Squid Game. Oh no, I watched the new Dave Chappelle.
What did you think?
I thought I enjoyed it. It was a bit sort of. No, I laughed a couple of times.
But I'm not sure it was supposed to be funny.
No, the things I laughed at was there was a couple jokes that were like sort of one-liner throwaway jokes that caught me off that I laughed at, but overall I wasn't laughing at it.
No, I felt like a man in pain shouting.
And
maybe
especially towards the end though.
Yeah.
It was
but
I thought it was a good, like, I think it's this sort of thing you should watch though.
Yeah, it feels like it's an important part of his career path. It's interesting. It was interesting. I'm not sure I enjoyed it, but I'm not sure it was supposed to be enjoyed.
No, I get that.
And it's interesting that if stand-up comedy is not just to make you laugh, it's to make you think. It made me think. Didn't make me think I agreed with him, but it made me think.
I think Dave Chappelle's always been quite good at that, though. I've only really seen his Netflix specials.
Sure, I think he has always been okay at it.
It's almost more of a podcast or a sort of talk, opposed to just going up and doing jokes.
Sure, and there's always been an undercurrent of, African American awareness in America or inequality and stuff, and all of his humour, even when it was much more subtly hidden. But there was a real anger to this that, I don't know, it just felt interesting. I also saw that, but because I have seen Squid Game twice in about a week and a half, I had to clear my palate, and I've been watching 30 Rock.
I've never watched that show.
It's fantastic. It doesn't just hold up, it's better now than it was then.
Oh wow.
It's aged brilliantly.
In my head it's sort of like Is it like sort of Community-esque?
No, it's way better than Community.
All right, okay.
Although I'll give you that it's a similar kind of dynamic and format, but it's far. I like Community. It's far, far better than Community. It's night and day. Like I like moments in Community. I like when the Dean popped in for a second, or Troy and Abed do like have a little burst of something.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of Community that's shit. All of Troy and Abed when they're not with the group, and they're in the Imaginarium or they're doing something. That's
yeah.
all dog shit. Uh, anything that oh, what's the black lady called?
Shirley.
Anything that Shirley does is not good. She's not funny. She's not interesting. She has like wee moments where she gets a bit ghetto and she like decides to win the paintballing and stuff. There's moments where she's quite good, but the vast majority is dog awful. Jeff's fine. Britta's fine. Annie's fine. No, Community is not even close to how good 30 Rock is. 30 Rock is fucking epic.
What's more comparable then?
Community is a pretty good comparison for sort of structure, the
Oh,
way
but I
it
mean,
works.
like to the same. Is there anything that's quite as good as it?
Better Off Ted is I think one of my favourite TV shows of all time. There's only 2 seasons. It's amazing. Better Off Ted. If nobody's seen it, go fucking watch it. It's incredible. Portia de Rossi is fucking hilarious that you would not expect. It's a fantastic show, and there's only 2 seasons of it. And it feels again like a similar sort of tone.
Okay.
It's anything similar to 30 Rock. I mean, almost Malcolm in the Middle. It's got that weird kind of family, crazy, dynamic energy.
I've been meaning to watch 30 Rock.
It's fucking great, mate.
Is there many seasons?
There's 6 or 7. 1 second, I'll pull it up. There are 7.
7.
And every one of them is great. Like, season 1, like most shows, is not the best. They're getting on their feet and figuring everything out. But even season 1's really fucking good. But season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all fantastic.
Huh.
Absolutely fantastic. And that's what I've been watching as a palate cleanser to get fucking Squid Game out of me. Because I fucking hated that. Fuck that show. I'm super annoyed it's become as popular as it is.
I don't get it.
I do not get it. It's
Because it's not even like we're all at home or anything. It's not like.
No, but
I don't know.
What it tells me is that people haven't seen better shit. Like Battle Royale is like and it's got some of the same overacting in it. It's got that same sort of Japanese memeness in some bits, but it's 900 times better than this fucking thing.
And it's cooler.
It's so cooler. Like, I've never seen Hunger Games, but I bet you Hunger Games is better than this. Saw is better than this, at least the first one. You know, Fall Guys, just go and watch like a YouTube compilation of Fall Guys, and you'll get better ups and downs and highs and lows, and more betrayal, and it'll be interesting. And a whole game of Fall Guys is over in 20 minutes. Go and watch like a really good PUBG player. It'll be better, more interesting, more dynamic, more tense. You know. Fortnite, fucking anything. This is dog shit. Oh, I fucking hate this show.
Right. Do you want to end on that note?
There's so much really good Korean cinema, and like Old Boy has a lot of the same overacting, but it has the drama and the scope and the like.
Oh, Old Boy's great.
The rage to go with it. Like, there's a lot of really good. The Parasite.
Parasite's great as well.
Great. There's some really good Korean cinema.
It. I don't think they overdo it at all. Or if they do, it's like meant to be overdone.
No, they definitely do it. Like, if you watch that, if you watch the whole fight scene in Old Boy, I mean, look at what those people he's fighting are doing. they're doing the arm flailing, waving bullshit.
Maybe I
Like,
can buy it more because it's like a fight scene and not
well, it's a fight scene, but it's
dialogue.
a much higher drama. Like, it's it's kind of in the way that Quentin Tarantino gets away with that shit, with a hyper violence, because the whole thing is hyper violence and bigger than life. Squid Game isn't that. It's like really down to earth and gritty, and nobody's superhuman or special, but they're all still doing that hand waving thing. And then also they're not doing the gritty and unspecial stuff well. It's a terrible show. I fucking hate this show. But there's lots of good Korean stuff. There's lots of good Japanese stuff. There's lots of the Seven Samurai. Tons of Kurosawa is really good. It's got a little bit of that Japanese meme pantomime, but a lot of it's really good. There's tons of great Chinese cinema that's come out in the last 20 years. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's a fantasy. You can get away with that when it's a fantasy story and people are jumping from tree to tree with sword fight. Fuck me, really irritates me. Watch better shit, people.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying. Anyway, I think I might have to go and watch some 30 Rock.
Hey man, go and calm down.
I really hate this show. Do you know what this is? Do you know exactly what this is? This is the exact opposite of the new Star Wars movies.
What?
The new Star Wars movies are all flash and bang with no substance, so nothing in them at any point feels earned. Like, no emotional turns, no twists, no character changes. Nothing in the new Star Wars feels like it's been earned, because there has been no character work to get to those points. Like, Rey never goes through a trial to build her up so you feel she's earned the power she has.
Yeah, she just gets shit given to her.
She gets shit, like, they haven't done the hard work. Whereas in Squid Game, they do all the hard work, and the flash and the bang isn't earned. It's over the top and out of place, and it ruins. They do the character work. They have the footprint for making really interesting characters, really earned situations, really interesting reveals, really thought through twists. Squid Game could do all that, but they went with the flash and bang, the overacting, the pantomime, the bollocks. In the exact way that Star Wars had all flash and bang, didn't earn shit, but tried to pivot the movie on the bits that it didn't earn. The romance subplot that it didn't fucking earn. The father-son dichotomy that it didn't fucking earn. I don't like the show. Let's just put that.
You cut out there.
No, I didn't cut out there. I stopped talking because I was starting to get genuinely angry, and I think I'm giving myself a nosebleed. So,
Jesus.
We'll move on. We'll move on with my life. We'll move on. Still alive. It'll be at least a year before I have to watch another season of Squid Game. And I'll make a note the first time through so I don't have to rewatch it again. This was dog shit at the highest order. Fuck this show. But I'm looking forward to June, which will be next week.
Yeah.
Right.
Same.
Thank you for joining me, Dynamic.
Thanks for joining me. Right, are we wrapping it up there? Because I need to go.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Right. I'll see you later.
Right.
Bye.
See you guys. Goodbye.
I fucking hated that show.